Hey everybody, it's Cynthia and I'm here with another haul video for you. Most of what you see in this picture is for sale, except, actually a couple of items aren't. Some of them were gifts. Let's jump in and talk about what I found this week, because I had a really good week at the estate sales this week. I've been missing them because the ones over the last month have been either far away and then they haven't been that great when we got there, but I finally found a couple of local ones that I adore and fantastic items to sell to you guys on eBay. And we're going to start with this crazy set of gates. I love these gates. This is the fence from the Playmobil Victorian mansion. Look, I can put the ghost behind there. Ooh, there's a ghost. Let me put him where you can see him. It is so completely haunted mansion-y looking. Ghost. I bought a big box of Playmobil, which we may or may not talk about in this video, depending how long this gets. But I wanted to show you this fence because they had the full Victorian house. She wanted $200 for it, which honestly was a deal because it was loaded with stuff. But I just couldn't bring myself to spend that kind of money, and I bought I bought actually 2 boxes of miscellaneous Playmobil things, and this fence was in it, and I only have a little piece of it here, but it is the full fence that goes all the way around the house. And I kind of feel bad that the person who bought the house, because somebody did buy it the next day, didn't get the fence, but I don't feel that bad because I love this freaking fence. This thing, though, sells for like $80, no joke. And I hate that because I think it's so cool, and I really would like to leave it on in front of my Funkos. It's so haunted mansion-y. I love this fence. So we'll see. The fence may stay with me, or probably stay with me for a little while, and then it will go up for sale. So move the gates. And this is just one of the little Playmobil figures I found. If you guys have never seen him, this is the ghost, and he comes with this little sheet. Hysterical. He's not a huge amount of value on his own, but he's so fun. So the first place I went to, actually, let's get this one out of the way because this one isn't for sale. Whoa, sorry, wait, everything's falling. I can't remember if I did a quick video on this or not. I might have just put it on Instagram. Anyway, my husband bought this for me. This is the new Buffy 20 years. It's really hard to read it. The print's not so great and my camera doesn't focus. It says 20 years of slaying. So this is the 20th anniversary Funko. I loved the Giles. Of course, he was my favorite character, so my husband bought him for me. I also like the Buffy. I feel like the Xander's kind of plain. I mean, it looks like Xander, but it doesn't do much for me. And the same with Faith. Darkwolf is kind of cool, but I'm not crazy about that character. So if I do any more, I'd probably just buy this Buffy and that's it. But love the packaging. The purple art is great. The detail is always as amazing. There's actually even lenses in his glasses. I had him out of the box. Sorry for the glare. And the cross, if you can see, is full. Both sides, look at that. Both sides of the cross are completely decorated and finished. So again, kudos to Funko for doing such a great job. So Giles is going to go over and join Sam and Dean and teach them a thing or two about ghost hunting and demon hunting. I think he and Castiel are going to have some interesting conversations. So he's going to go live with them. I should do a video once I get them all set up and show you that. And they may have a fence in front of them. So let's go back to this. So one of the houses really close to us, we live in a neighborhood that does not generally have estate sales, except for people who are moving and tend to just, a lot of people, I guess they leave the country and they have an estate sale to get rid of their items. This is very different than your traditional, somebody passed away estate sale, because it's usually newer items, and that's cool, but usually have less to choose from because there's not as much for sale. So in the images for the estate sale, I saw this, and I'm sorry, I didn't prepare very well for this video. And I saw, let me get it up here where you can see it. I saw this. So this box was underneath a table in a picture, and I don't know if no one else saw it or what, but I went over at 7 o'clock in the morning and signed up to be at the sale because I wanted this box. I saw just a tiny peek of what was inside, not much, but I knew enough from what I could see that it was really Nightmare Before Christmas. And these two fellows were sitting on top of the table that this was on. So I ran in first thing in the morning to get these because again, this is my stuff. When I see this in the estate sale, this is what I want. So the first item is this crazy Jack Skellington. He's kind of like a pillow. Let me move my camera here a little bit. He's all soft and smushy. He's kind of made of like a nylon-y material, and he's got a fiber fill, beans, but I think it's like soft, like those little fiber beans. He is a Disney Parks, which I think that means Disney Parks exclusive, right? When it says Disneyland Disney World, that it didn't come from the store. And he's got a few little issues. He's got a little bit here, and some of the threads are pulling. But overall, he's in pretty nice shape, and he's just funny. And he's big. Look how big he is. But he's soft and beanie, and yeah, I love him. So he's going to live with me till he finds a new home, and he's up on eBay, I think, right now. If you are interested, the links to my eBay should be in the description box. This I also saw in the picture and recognized right away that this is a Harry Potter Hedwig owl. I will say I'm surprised that this one isn't worth as much as I thought it would be. Oh, now I see some marks on her little butt there. There are a lot of these owls, and some of them are worth more money. There's some talking ones and moving ones, and this one apparently is just kind of average. There's quite a few of them up, quite a few different styles. This might be a $14 owl. The same on the Jack Skellington. He was hard to find because it was hard to define what he is. So, again, he's probably a $20 item with shipping. Same with this. But, again, Harry Potter couldn't leave that behind. And then, before we dig into this box, let me get these because they're falling so that we get these out of the way. Now, this is really amazing. I don't know if I can do it justice here. Let me take it out of the plastic. When I saw this print in the pictures, I knew they were celebrities, and it reminded me of the old Hirschfeld art, if you guys remember Hirschfeld. But then I started to realize that it was Disney because I saw we had Annette and Jimmy over here, and there's Roy back there, and then over here was Robin Williams with the genie lamp. And then I realized this was Mary Poppins, the father and mother, and then this is Mrs. Potts over here. She's got her little teapot, if I can go over far enough. But, oh yeah, that's Herbie the Love Bug. Oh, and Aristocats. The more I look at it, the more I see. But I don't get, and help me out if you can. So these guys, though, don't make sense. So that's Zorro. Oh my gosh, it's Zorro. How dumb am I? That's a Pirates of the Caribbean, but is that supposed to... That's not Captain Jack, not dressed like that. But then these look like the Golden Girls, and this looks like Barbara Walters. So I don't quite understand. I learned that it was given out at the D23 event. So like he's wearing the hat from... Oh yeah, it's Billy Crystal, isn't it? And they're the actors, but they're wearing bits so you can tell what they're from. So anyway, it does appear to be Disney, except I'm a little confused by some of these characters in the front. So unless they're from a movie I'm not understanding, or it's more of an ABC Disney kind of thing, so it includes ABC characters, because who are these guys up here? I don't know these. I don't know him. That's Edwin, right, from Mary Poppins. I was kind of thinking Alice in Wonderland at first. I don't know who that is, except it looks like Tim Conway. Who else do we not know? This something is Michael from Mary Poppins, right? But this isn't the little girl from Mary Poppins. I'm not sure what that is. And I'm assuming this is supposed to be Mary Poppins. She's got her broom. Who are these guys? And is this like Tim Considine, maybe? A weird Davy Crockett? Oh yeah, Buddy Hackett. Look, I just got that one. Okay, the more I look at it, the more I figured out. But if you know, I feel like I'm clearly missing. This cannot be Johnny Depp. So this and these guys up here, if you know who they are, and if you know what this is and how I'm missing the difference, I'd love to know. Anyway, what makes this extra special is the signature down here. This was drawn by Eric Goldberg. Oh, someday, I know I say this all the time, I'm going to get a better webcam that focuses. But this was done by Eric Goldberg, who was the lead animator for Disney, I think, since Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast. But he went to school with my sister in Cherry Hill, same high school I did, so we're a little particularly attached to Eric. So really neat piece. Oddly, not worth that much. They wanted 10 for it. It's really only selling for about 15 on eBay, which I'm kind of glad about because I think I want to keep it, and I would feel really bad if it was worth a lot of money. The trick is going to be framing it because I really do want to frame it, but that's going to be tricky with the size. So anyway, pretty cool, huh? It says nothing on the back. It's really, like I said, tricky to figure out what that was. Also, in that same estate sale, I found this. Now, this is another kind of a, I put these stickers on the things. So they had a 13 sticker on that. So this is a piece of art. It's on a heavier piece, Tahitian Terrace from Disney. It looks like a watercolor painting. It is a print, but it has, the color on it is super, super. The couple, from the other thing I saw in the house, it looked like the people were Disney World visitors. So I thought this maybe was a Disney World thing. And then I realized what it was. I did a little research and I can't believe I had forgotten. So Tahitian Terrace was the sort of Hawaiian themed, well, Tahitian themed restaurant that used to be behind the Tiki Room. And they would have hula girls and all these different acts, fire twirlers and all that kind of great stuff. That was there when Disneyland opened, and it was there for 30 years, and then it became the Aladdin storytelling theater, and it kind of never really took off, and it's been sort of an empty spot over there. It's right next to the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland. And just this week, ironically, I heard them announce that they are going to take over that space and turn it into a really nice jungle-themed restaurant. Now, this poster, I love doing research. What I found out is this poster was part of an anniversary giveaway at Trader Sam's. So this came with a Trader Sam's tiki mug and some other items. And then this was the poster they gave out. There is another poster that's not as nice as this one that sells all the time on eBay, literally for like $2. This is not that poster. This poster with a bunch of other pieces sold for $300, but I don't have the tiki mug. So I'm somewhere between $2 and $300. How about that for a span? I think it's a beautiful piece of art, and if you are an original Disneyland fan, particularly an Adventureland fan, you're going to want to own this. Again, we're sorely tempted to keep it. Very nice Disney piece. So next, let me just put that safely out of the way. We will get into the Nightmare Before Christmas, but I wanted to show you this too. So, oh, it doesn't matter what order I show you things. Found this shirt this week, Real Men Read, Edward Gorey. I adore Edward Gorey art. I found this same exact shirt. The man had it in black and gray, so I got two versions. And I got another Gorey shirt, which maybe I'll find when I get to that spot. But for the moment, I just moved that out of the way. All right, let's go back to the Nightmare Before Christmas box. So this is a real wild card because they're not carded anymore. The person cut them, took them off their cards, and did keep the backing board, which helped me identify that this is mostly the 2002 NECA, I think it's called, set of figures. The biggest issue with these figures is there's no Sally. Literally, there's almost every other character here except Sally. I don't know what happened to Sally. So let's see what happens if we lean the box forward. Okay, let's just start pulling them out. So we do have Lock, Shock, and Barrel, but here's one of them. I always forget which is which. Oh, here we go. We'll get them all. Oh, you know what? I just realized too. Okay, now. So we've got, come down here. So we've got Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Sadly, he's got marks, ink marks that I don't think are going to come off on his face. I was confused because this is not a NECA set. Look at that. This is a set that came all together. Well, it might have been NECA, but it didn't come on cards. It didn't come individually. They came as a set, and I was confused because when you see the set, the the masks aren't on. So again, this one, these do have lots of ink dumped on them. Now, my husband is the master of cleanup, so he might be able to get that off. So I'm going to have to ask him about that. He has a prop too somewhere. I can't remember what it is, but it's missing. So these three are probably going to go together. Here's my debate. I know I'm talking really fast, aren't I? My debate is whether I'm going to sell everything in this box as one big lot or divide it up. The option of dividing it up is that people who have some of the pieces and are missing pieces will want to buy just what they want. The downside being it's a lot more trouble to do them all individually. So we'll see. I'm deciding on that. Then we have this guy whose character name I don't know, sorry. Now he is one of the carded NECA pieces. And oh, and this makes me mad too. So they had this one at some point, but he is not in the box. So I don't know what happened to him. So this one is Behemoth. And he has shifting eye action. Does he? He does have shifting eye action, doesn't he? When you turn him. Do his eyes shift? I don't know. It says he does. Maybe they shift when you move his arms or his thing. I don't know. It says his eyes shift. They all have bases. Oh, here's his. So they have these little cemetery headstone bases that they sit on and helps them stand upright. So that's kind of nice. So he's complete. We have him. The one advantage to the person having saved these cards is they do tell you what's the actions of all of them, because I couldn't figure it out. Oh, look, wait, I lied. Here's Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Yeah, see how that's not a backing board? So they came in a box. Anyway, so I'm making this more complicated than I need to. All right, so we have Jack, Santa Jack. He does have his Santa hat, but it won't stay on, and I don't know what's up with that. If it came off and now it's bad, but whatever. So we'll find that in a minute. And then we have, this is the heaviest one. We have the mayor. So funny. And his head usually rotates. Huh, maybe this one doesn't. He's got the other head on the back, this head on the front. Thought for sure I'd find his card. Oh, and of course, okay, we don't have this card. Twist and turn. It does say twist and turn, two-face head. So I don't know. His head doesn't want to turn, and I don't want to be too rough with it because there's another twist and turn head that's broken. But this one is the NECA one. The color of his jacket's different in different ones when you find him. And then there's big old bony Jack. Now he, somewhere when we get to the bottom of the box, he has a pumpkin head that snaps around his head. The Jack characters are actually the least valuable for selling them on eBay, I think, just because they're the most common. The less common characters are the ones that are worth more. So we have the Doctor, is it Finkelstein? Evil Scientist. I swore his name was like Dr. Finkelstein. Yeah, Dr. Finkelstein. So this says that he's got a flip-top head that reveals his brain. So does it work? Let's see. He does. Look at that. See, and I wouldn't have known that if it hadn't had the card. So that's kind of fun. They kept the card. So he's got his flip-top head. Move him. And then we have crazy giant Oogie Boogie. Look, he's so big I can't even get him. Let's go up here. So this is the big glow-in-the-dark Oogie Boogie. There's a green one of these and a different line, but this is the glow-in-the-dark one. Again, he's got this ink on him that we're going to have to work off. And his stomach opens. Oh, his stuff is in there. Okay, I didn't think it was. How do you get it out? Oh my God. Hang on, I'm trying to get it all. Of course, the part I can't get is the spider. I think I'll leave that part in there. So in his belly are all these little bugs and worms and things. That's kind of fun that the person, again, kept them all. So those go back inside, all his little bugs and bones. So that's Oogie Boogie. And then this is the most valuable piece, is the giant Santa. And one of the reasons, which makes so much logical sense, is a practical reason why he's valuable, especially if he's still on his card, which sadly he isn't, is because he was so heavy and he was carded like this. So imagine the card goes this way. He was so heavy that he would keep ripping off his cards in the toy store, and they would constantly fall on the floor and get damaged. So yeah. Now here's what confused me. There's a sound. He has stuff, something rattling in him, which I couldn't understand. But then I found the card that says, with a sack full of surprises inside. And, oh, look at that. I just noticed. Yep, there's a slit in the sack. And, let's see again. Oh, they don't make it easy. Just like Oogie Boogie. Oh, sorry. Oh, Boogie, stay over there. Oh my gosh, getting them out is really tricky. All right, one more try and then I give up. Oh, there we go. So inside Santa's stack is a horn, a gingerbread man, a candy, and a ball. And then as you can see, they all have this green all over them, which appears to have come from laying inside this, probably maybe in the heat in the garage. But, you know, I think, although certainly it affects the value, I think there's still a lot of value in this toy. All right, now, if you can see in the box, there's a bunch of junk in here. So we've got in here the bases. That one's messed up. The bases for the figures. The bases for the figures. And then let me do this. Let me put Boogie in there and him in there. And these. All right. So, oh, I shouldn't have done the jack. Well, today. So this is the pumpkin head that goes on the jack. There's the bone, which I'm assuming went with Zero, who I don't have. So I'm missing that figure too. And again, you notice there's no Sally. And there's the werewolf's missing, even though they clearly had the werewolf. I think the pitchfork goes with Lock, Shock, and Barrel. This hatchet, again, could go with Behemoth, but that also might go with Lock, Shock, and Barrel. I'm not sure. The megaphone, I think, goes with the mayor. There's like a shopping bag, which I have no idea who that goes with. That feels like a Sally thing. And then, but they don't seem to have Sally. Oh, there's the hat that won't stay on. Oh, that goes with the doctor. Again, thanks to eBay that you can find all these things. Look, I just realized this little train goes in Santa's bag as well. Oh, gosh, they made this hard. Obviously not for children. This little top of a present, again, I'm not sure if that actually probably came with Santa, but that's all there is the top. And then I have 3 other figures. And I wish I had saved, every so often, I'm probably going to just hang on to these until I find more, because I find nightmare figures all the time. So we have just the one figure, and then this Jack, sorry, here we go. That Jack figure. And I don't think this guy's fixable. So this was the mayor. So this was the mayor with the twist. He has a twisty head, but I don't think that snaps back in. I think it's actually supposed to be, I think it's completely snapped off. So I don't know. Again, we'll have to see if my husband can fix him. You might have to fix him so his head doesn't rotate anymore, but at least he'd be fixed. So that's the full box full of Nightmare Before Christmas. Let me show you. I won't get into the Playmobiles, but let me show you my other big find of the day. Oh, Murdoch fell over. Oh, I'll just give you a hint, because this is like the Playmobiles. There's tons of figures and little bits and animals, and then I also got a big box of cars and little ride-on toys, all kinds of stuff. Oh, there's a covered wagon. Let's get my covered wagon set. Lots of goodies. And then, I'm sorry, everything's down here. This is the other. It's the other gory. The Gash Crumb Tinies. So cool. And then the back of the shirt, it's double-sided. Has the cemetery. Ugh, love Edward Gorey art. There's that. And, all right, let me show you this last thing. I've got to reach something. Oh, I'm trapped here, sorry. Oh God, I just realized I have a whole nother bag of stuff that we got yesterday. Oh, I did have a good weekend. All right. Here, so you're not looking at that baby. Let's get her situated. Let's see, what can we do here so you can get a better view of her? That's pretty good. So, the last estate sale I went to, it was kind of an afterthought, and I went through the whole place and I found nothing. And I hate leaving with nothing, but you know, it happens. So I was about to leave and I went over into the jewelry section, which I never do. And on the fireplace behind where all the jewelry was, and I almost went because there were so many people looking at jewelry, was this doll, which, you know, okay, with these outfits. This, trying to get you a better view. Let's see if I can get a better view here. Okay, this one. This beautiful Noelle. Back her up just a tad more. This one, look at this, with the original Daisy Kingdom tag. So that's how I knew what they were to look them up. And this one. So, I love doll clothes. We do really well with doll clothes. These are impeccably made. Look at this. They are still on their original cards. They have fluff in their sleeves to keep the sleeves puffy. On their original hanger with the original tag. 2 out of the 3 have the original tag, but they're all still on the original card, so I think they're all still brand new. Daisy Kingdom dolls clothes, they fit. They were made to go on this doll, but they fit American Girl dolls. And any of those, like Our Generation, any of those dolls, you know, that 19-inch, I think they're called, or 18-inch dolls. But I'm not kidding. The workmanship on these, the fabric, it's so heavy. It feels like a real child's dress. Like you could put a real baby in these. So I looked him up, and while I was there at the sale, because I really wanted him, and saw that one dress, not this particular style, but one dress sold for in the $25 range. The least they were selling for was like $14. And knowing that I had them all brand new with the tags, and then I had multiples, I love my multiples, I thought, oh, I can certainly get, if I can get 25 each, like that's amazing. So she had the doll marked, if you can see it down there. She had it marked, doll and dresses, $35. Now, I didn't want the doll because at the time I thought she was porcelain, and I do not like dealing with doll people online. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I used to be a doll collector, but shipping breakable dolls and is very, it's more nerve than it's worth, although she's beautiful. And she reminds me of a Dolly Dingle, I think is what I'm going to say. So I didn't think she was Daisy Kingdom at the time. I thought she was like a Dolly Dingle and all that. But it turns out she is a Daisy Kingdom doll. So I said to the girl, how much would you take if I just buy the dresses? And she didn't really want to break it up, but she said, it was the last day of the sale. And she said, oh, at least $5 on each dress. Well, that's $20, which, fine, but everything was only $35. So that would have been $15 more for her. And then I realized it was half price day. So if I bought with the doll and everything, it was under $20. And she wanted $20 just for the dresses, which made no sense. So I bought everything. When I picked her up, I realized that she's not porcelain. She looks porcelain. Her face is beautiful. Look at the hair. Isn't that amazing? But she is just a really heavy plastic. It's just a very nicely painted heavy plastic. And then when I got a better look at her, I saw that she is Daisy Kingdom. Oh, red hair. I thought she was blonde. I wouldn't call that red. I guess it is red. I guess the blonde is really blonde. Huh. I was looking her up as blonde. So this is the Pansy doll. And what's surprising, because she looks very high-end, is she was actually sold at like Michael's and stuff like that to go, Daisy Kingdom had a line of patterns and panels of fabric where you just cut the clothing out and make it. These were made, professionally made. You can tell that they actually made a line for crafters. She came in a bag with just like a header card for like $12 or something at Michael's back in the day, which I'm amazed. She's such high quality for that, because she's pretty as all heck. So once I realized that she wasn't breakable in that way, I didn't worry so much. She does, though, have very little value. You can still get her in her packaging on eBay for literally like $14 plus shipping. I mean, she's got her shoes and all. I don't get it. She's got a lot of weight to her. It's really nice. So yeah, but I'm interesting that she's the redhead. The dark-haired one doesn't sell for very much, but I didn't look up the redhead, and sometimes that makes all the difference in the world. But like I said, mostly I just wanted these dresses. I might dress her just to see, because should we do that? Oh, but then I have to take it off the card. But you know what? This one doesn't have its tag. So this one I think has been off its card. Because that's my other question is, I didn't want to sell them all with, I wanted to sell them individually. Wow, she's hard to get off her thing there. Let's see. What's the best way to dress her? Watch videos of people dressing dolls, probably. It's not going to work out. It's been a long time since I dressed a doll or a baby. Try not to remove the stuffing from the sleeve, because that keeps the puff. Put the stuffing back in. Aren't you glad you tuned in for this video? I hope I don't rip this dress. She's really hard to dress. Not simple. But I thought she'd look really cute once I get her dress on. So there we go. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. Oh, there's so many fiddly bits. Oh, that's her. Oh gosh, she's got a bow on her underwear. All right, we just have to pull out some of that. Oh my gosh. All right, you know what? Maybe I'll sell her with this dress on, because somebody wants this dress. Since this dress has the least, doesn't have its tags or anything. This big bow. Look it up here. Is she adorable or what? Look at this thing. Bow over here, and then this one's got the ABCs with the bears and the ABC fringe and the beautiful puff sleeves. It is, her head bugs me. That's what bothers me. Her head's kind of bowed. She just needs to sit back more. But she is a cutie. She is a real cutie. Got a little thread there. So let's put her back on the stand. I think it's not supposed to be around her neck, but I don't like it around her waist, so I think I'm going to put it up there. There we go. Now you've got to watch me dress a doll. So very, very cute. And yeah, that's what I got. So I think I did pretty well this week. Did you go thrifting or garage sailing or any of those things this week? I'd love to hear about what you picked up. And if you have any comments or any knowledge that I don't have about the items that I've showed you, I'd be happy to have your assistance in identifying it or properly labeling it or pricing it or whatever you want to help me with. I'd appreciate it. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up and hopefully be back next week. I hope I find more great estate sales this week, because I sure do love them.